Hello everyone, welcome to Advanced Chemistry. My name is Miss Wiswall and I am your child's instructor this year. Pleased to meet you. I have my office number and I have my email below, but the best way to contact me is actually through my email. My email is jwiswall@sewanecaschools.org. By the way, the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to make sure that we use that 10 minutes we have together in an appropriate pace. So I just want to make sure I get through everything as quickly as possible, but I'm also making this for anyone who cannot attend my Google Meet session today. So, Advanced Chemistry, what is it? It's a hands-on course that teaches students about the various physical and chemical reactions and more about the world we live in on an atomic level, such as why does my cell phone battery not work as well as it did after 2 years of use? Or the polar ice caps are melting at an astonishing rate. How much energy is required for that to melt at such a terrifying rate? We look at also some advanced material. Yes, we go over the stuff on the regions, but we challenge your kids to learn about different advanced topics such as the triple point, which we're learning this unit, and the advanced electron configuration, which your kids will also know as SPDF. At the end of the year, you'll be taking the Regents Chemistry exam, and to qualify, your child must have completed at least 30 labs. Now, if they failed a lab or they did not hand it in, it would not count towards the 30, but do not worry. All your child needs to do is come see me privately, and I will allow them to redo the lab and let that count towards the 30. So some general class procedures. First of all, safety is very important because of COVID-19. So masks must be worn at all times. So masks must be worn above the nose and above the mouth. It should not be below the nose or on the chin unless it is during a mask break. I usually give 2 to 3 mask breaks every single class, and they usually range for being about 2 to 3 minutes long. Also, social distancing. Normally my class can only fit about 30 kids, but now we are fitting only 15, just to make sure we are keeping with those social distancing guidelines. Also, sanitation. Students are not allowed to eat in my room. They were never allowed to eat in my room, but especially this year. Also, I clean my desk every single morning. We have somebody spraying sanitizer on the desk multiple times throughout the day. I also have a hand washing station, a hand sanitizing station, and I have extra antibacterial wipes in case a student does not feel safe and just wants to wipe their desk down. Either way is totally fine. Remote learning. We use the platform Google Classroom and Google Meet. I specifically also use Google Breakout in case students are doing labs or group work and I just want to see how they're doing. You guys can actually join Google Classroom. I'll be giving you a code in the next couple of slides to show you how to do that. Attendance is taken via Google Meet. I actually use an application that traces how long the student stays in the Google Meet, as well as if they pop out or pop in from the session. So it's a good way for me to keep an eye out, especially if there's any attendance disputes, especially for my remote students. Microphones must be set on mute unless a student is asking or answering a question. And the chat function, in case anyone doesn't want to answer the question using their microphone, they can just type in their answer. Some general lab procedures. So first of all, we take social distancing very seriously, so we make sure our students are at least 6 feet apart when working on labs. Alternative labs, so any labs that we cannot ensure social distancing for, we actually use a program called Pivot, so students can use these interactive labs to watch a video and answer questions while doing so. Google Breakout, that's another way of having my remote students involved. Again, it's just an application through Google Meet, and it's an individual meet with the lab groups, and I just pop in to see how they're doing. Safety supplies, we tend to provide students with goggles and gloves. The gloves in case they need to touch anything that is shared, such as a Bunsen burner or a scale, and goggles which are sanitized using UV rays and washed every single day, so your child will be using a clean pair of goggles. Demonstrations, any labs that I cannot adjust and make safer for the students, I will demonstrate in front of them so they can see that chemical reaction occurring. These labs are taught by Mr. Percoini, but any questions about labs you can also ask me. So here are the codes for the instructional material I was telling you about. Remind, which is essential for this year, especially if we are put into quarantine again. That is my information, so you can text it. Google Classroom, in case you want to join, just see how your kids are doing. That is the Google Classroom code, and that is my Google Meet code. You can pause the video now and copy those things down. Grade expectations. For the instructional material, I tend to have a textbook, The World in Chemistry. Also, all my instructional material can be found on Google Classroom at any time. For grades this year, I grade using total points, so homeworks and participation, which participation I grade every week, is graded out of 5 points. Quizzes and labs are 10 points each, unless the lab is very involved, in which case I make that 20 points. And tests are worth 100 points each. So for example, to show you how to do that grade, if your child earns 450 out of the 500 points for that school year, they divide that value, and that is a 90%. By the way, if your child does the CASEL learning, which I give before every exam, it's worth 5 extra points in their exam, so please make sure they do that. Your students' responsibility, first of all, you must attend class on time. I cannot have students be late, especially that it's remote. But with that said, I am trying to be a little bit more flexible because of Wi-Fi issues. Second, iPads are required for both students in class and students out, especially that a lot of the material is available online, including labs. Work must be submitted on time. Cell phones must be put away at all times. You must be respectful and patient both to your peers and to myself. This is a very difficult time, and we should be treating each other with kindness and understanding. And finally, you must participate. I grade participation through not only volunteering to answer questions through Google Meet, but I also grade it based on exit tickets. If a student gets a 1 or a 0 for that week, it means that they did not submit any of their exit tickets at all and did not volunteer. If they get a 2 or 3, it means that they submitted about half their exit tickets and participated a little bit. If you get a 4, it means that you're only missing 1 exit ticket. And if you get a 5, it means the participation and the exit tickets are all submitted and they're excellent. Access to grades. Your grades are available through Parent Portal. I tend to update the grades every week, but at minimum, I try to update every 2 weeks. Instructional support. Extra help. I am available for extra help for in-person sessions during periods 4, 6, and 9. I did not list 9 because 9 is my coverage period. So 4 and 6 are your best bets. I'm in room 204. If you prefer remote extra help, I'm available every single day except for Tuesdays from 3 to 6 p.m. I do take an hour to drive homes during that time period, but if a student needs extra help, they just need to message me on Remind. I'll give them a custom Google Meet code, and we will have extra help as long as they need me. Instructional videos every single day at 7 p.m. I will post a video of what I go over during class, so there is no need to record me, and they could use that as a resource whether they are absent or if they just need a little refresher on how I taught the material. The review material, all review sheets, PowerPoints, unit packets, or anything else is available on Google Classroom at all times. And finally, Operation Success will be run by Ms. Werbitsky. This is a remote extra help session, more like an instructional setting with extra help kind of characteristics. It is available on Wednesdays from 4 to 5 p.m., and that is the Google Meet code. Finally, these are the units that I'm covering throughout the year. So far, we have covered atomic structure and nuclear chemistry. We're currently on the matter and energy unit, but we're almost done. I'm planning on giving that exam on Tuesday next week, so please make sure your kids are studying. Any questions, please feel free to email me at any time through jwiswall@sewanecaschools.org, or you can ask me questions now. Have a wonderful day.